be honest with you. I never started this YouTube channel or podcast venture to talk about politics. It's not really something that I'm really extremely passionate about or think that's the most important thing in the world. I started it, of course, to get out what I've learned and get it out to all you people out there who might be listening. I thought there might be some value in that. Given that I do have my doctorate in philosophy, if that counts for anything, and that I'm a Catholic and that I'm, very reflective with my thinking about my faith and so on, I think I have a few, some unique insights, so hopefully this will culminate in some sort of principles or important things to remember along the way. And if it's of value to you, then hopefully you will like what I have to say. I'm also learning that I get a lot of haters out there on YouTube. So the YouTube comment sections are just pretty scum, and it's really funny to watch. But in any case, here we go. Like I said, this I totally don't do this, but this topic came as a special request for a few different people to discuss really how, it being so timely and everything, how should one vote as a Catholic? I don't know if they in particular, I think it was 2 or 3 different people brought it up independently. I don't think they in particular were asking my advice on how I think they should in particular vote. But I think that they considered it a worthy sort of topic as something to discuss on this channel. So, and it's important to know, I think, how to vote because, it's important to have an informed conscience and not just align with a political party because you think that you play fan favorites or something. This isn't like sports teams, So I've got a few principles. Let me just start out, I think, with just the first one, and let's just kick off from there. Because again, I'm not used to doing this. I don't really do this in my classroom or ever. But let's just start off from there. So we pulled this is our bulletin from a few weeks ago, right around the 4th of July. And our pastor was actually quoting the Emeritus Archbishop of Philadelphia, a guy named Charles Chaput. And basically, in summary, says that the idea of political parties, it can amount to idolatry if you let it become that. It can overwhelm you. And, these people who say they don't really believe in any religion, and yet they're really highly political. They have their own, social justice issues that they care about, or their own political issues, whether it be abortion, whether gay rights, whether it be the environment. It doesn't matter, but they all rally around this certain thing and effort. And he was saying, they may not be religious, but they do all carry this. They say it's the latest installment in a very old Gnostic fairy tale. Gnosticism is the idea that you have this secret knowledge, and Gnosticism is heresy alongside Christianity in the very first couple centuries. Basically was the idea that in order to become a Christian, you had to have this very secret knowledge. And so he's using Gnosticism in a very loose way, saying that Gnostic in the sense that, we have this secret knowledge. We know a certain thing. Well, Gnostic in what way? Why is it a Gnostic fairy tale? Because he says the modern is a Gnostic religious zealot. He says the modern Gnostic zealot, whether he calls himself fascist, Nazi, Marxist, or even a certain brand progressive, is never really irreligious. He's certainly not an unbeliever, even when he says he is. He's a particular kind of believer, a man convinced he has this secret knowledge. And there it is, the gnosis, that secret knowledge, the gnosis that unlocks the power to fix a broken world. And he clings to that sacred knowledge just as religiously as any 14th century monk clung to his Bible. The difference, of course, is as a Christian, as Father Michael says here, Christian, his God is true, and the God of the Gnostic isn't. So as a Christian, I think the first principle here is, this political partisanship, this can become a deep form of idolatry. And that was his point in the whole letter from him that week during 4th of July. It can become a form of idolatry. Idolatry is one of the oldest and first sins. Think back to just the Genesis and Exodus accounts. Exodus with the golden calf in the desert with the Israelites after they left Egypt, Sodom and Gomorrah, Tower of Babel, and Lot. All of these stories feature idolatry at its center. Human beings who are worshiping things other than God, the true living